Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to convert a 2009 F350 XL base model work truck headlights, the sealed head beams, to the nicer dual layer headlights that take regular bulbs, the H13. And I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very simple. You just mainly need to get some adapters that I'm going to show you in this video, and I'm going to be putting in these really nice, pretty bright black headlights to complement the grill, since I'm not going to change this one to a chrome grill, at least not for a while. But I just wanted to make this video and show you all how it's done. And it's very simple, but I've seen a couple of videos that don't really show you some of the things you need to know, and I figured it'd be a good idea to make one myself. This was my first one, so please bear with me, and hope it helps. Here we go. Alright, so we got the hood up, and I just wanted to let you guys know that there's only 5 bolts that hold these in, and I know it's a little dark, but UPS decided they wanted to deliver to me at 8 o'clock at night, and it was itching me to come out here and do this, so here I am out here in the middle of the night doing this. But I got a good flashlight with me, so hopefully I'll be able to see, but I'll point them out to you. So this is the first bolt here, and then the second and third one are right here. Hope you can see them. And then the fourth one would be right underneath here, but as you can see, mine's missing for some reason. Probably had to remove it at some point to replace the bulb, and I forgot to put it back. And last but not least, the last fifth one. Alright, and I'm gonna remove these, and then I'll pick back up. Okay, so we have all the screws out, and just to help you guys out too, because it gave me a little bit of trouble. I first started off removing these bolts with a driver, but some of them are in there pretty tight, so I had to switch to a ratchet at some point. So, and to help you guys with not having to search for the size, it's a 9x32. It fits on them perfectly. And whenever you come to work these headlights off, there are 2 clips that hold it in on the right side here, or at least on the left headlight. There's 2 little clips here and here, and they just slide right off. Just pretty much just give a good couple of tugs and it'll pop right off for you. So here's where things get interesting. To do the conversion, the sealed head beams have a 3-prong plug. As you can see, there's the male and there's the female. Now, a lot of videos and forums I read online said that supposedly that this is just a pigtail, and that at the end of this wire, which as you can see, at the end of this wire, there is no pigtail. This is the connection. I can't disconnect this, and where there would have been an H13 connection. So for a lot of people who bought these new headlights, didn't assume that it would have had it, and mine did not. So luckily I had checked before I did all the parts ordering, which is one of the biggest problems that one of the main problems that people have whenever they do these conversions, is they run into the problem where they don't have an H13, they just have an H4. So make sure you get an H4 to an H13 connection, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So, and then we have our turn signal here. I know it's a little dark, it's hard to see. Try to get shadows out of the way. So you just twist that, and whoop, pop, out it comes. So preserve that bulb. You're going to need this plug, and bulb will fit directly into the new one. So you can just set that aside. And then, of course, the corner light. I know it's hard to see. Here, I get my flashlight here. But as you can probably, oh, hold on. Let me make it a little dimmer. If you can look in here real close, you'll see that it's at a 90-degree angle in this corner light. These are little marker lights on the side. And now these 90-degree turns on these sockets will not fit the new headlights. So I have an adapter that will fit into the new headlights, and I'll show you that in a minute as well. So I'm going to get that out and move on from there. There we go. slide, turn it to the left, and at a 45 it pops right out. There it is. And be sure to save that bulb as well. You'll need that. And as you can see, that this socket is actually a connection. It'll pop right out. All you have to do is just push on these tabs and it'll pop out. But I don't have any way to stand the camera up, so I'll have to turn it off and pull it out and then show you what it looks like with it off. Alright, so we have our socket off, and as you can see here, it's just a 2-prong plug, and there's the tab that lets it come off, but mine was extremely brittle and it snapped when I touched it. I didn't even really apply any pressure and it popped, but that's okay. They fit in real tight anyway. So there you are. And here's the 90-degree plug that I was telling you about. This is the problem that a lot of people have. They don't realize that this is a 90-degree plug and that the new lights will need a straight end, not a 90-degree. So a lot of people either went without them and just never put them in and got the right socket, or they had to do them at a later date just so they can finish up their headlight project. But anyway, so just remember you'll need a 90-degree version of this, and I'll show that to you not a 90-degree. This is the 90-degree. You need a straight end version of this, and remember to pull that bulb out because you'll need this clearly in order to put it in the new one. It's not blown. Mine's good. And here's another thing too I wanted to show you that's very important. Like I was saying earlier about this being an H4, and you need it to be an you need a H4 to H13. Well, I got this one off Amazon. It's about $13, I think. And it came with 2. It's a 3-prong plug. It'll go right in this female end here. And then you have your H13 plug. Here's that end. There are 3 ports here. And this is what you need to plug in the H13 bulbs on your new headlights. So I'm just going to set this down. Plug this sucker in. I have to push the tabs in to make sure they line up here. And sits flush. A real good solid seat there. And that's good to go. Alright, so we'll just set that aside. And let me grab the straight end socket. If I can ever remember to say straight end, not 90. Alright, so these are the sockets that I got. They're made by Airtex. 1P1496. Just cheap. It was $10 each on eBay where I got them, made in the United States, which is nice. Hard to find that, you know. Anyway, oop, drop one. Hold on a minute. Alright, so here we are. Here's the new one. And as you can see, it's straight in. There's no 90-degree bend in this. Nice clean new socket. And you'll see inside of here, it's a 2-prong plug. Should slide right into the new socket. So we'll do that real quick. See this end, this end. Should slide right in there. Nice good snug fit. Push real hard. Yep, fits right in there. You see it there. Here we go. And we'll just stick that nice little corner marker bulb in here. There we are. Our nice good seated bulb here. Alright, so at this point we're ready to start getting ready to put the new ones in. And here I want to show you the new ones. On the new ones I decided to go with a LED head bulb. That's a self-contained unit. A lot of kits like to use ballast, where you have to do all this wiring of ballast units and all that. But I, being the lazy person that I am, did not want to do any of that. I wanted something simple and straightforward, so I bought what are called these amper bulbs, the LED headlights. They're really nice. They're 6K bulbs, and they run at 60 watts each for a total of 120. Use the H13 plug, and they work great. And as you can see here, 6K white, 9008s. I bought these on Amazon, if you're wondering. And the reason it says 15 watt is because there's 15 watt cells in the capacitor, and I'll show you that. There's 4 in each one, which makes a total of 120. And here we go. I already put them in the back, so I'll show them to you. So on the back, here it is. Here's the new one. As you can see, that's actually a heat sink and a fan. These get pretty hot, so that helps keep them cool. And this is the pack I was telling you about. This is your ballast. It's all self-proprietary, built in, so that way you don't have to wire anything special in. Imagine that. All you have to do is just simply plug and play. That's my kind of word. And as you can see, if I can get it right, see how it says 60 watts turbo LED? That's because then the box said 15. That's because there's 4 15 watt capacitors in here for a total of 60. And you just simply, there's 2 little tabs here and here. You simply turn it and it'll unlock and it'll slide right out. And as you can see, these are some very ample LED lights with a fan in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's kind of dark yet again, but it's in there. So anyway, just push them in there. Push the tabs. Don't hold this heatsink because the heatsink will spin and you'll tear up the internal wiring. And then turn it till it seats, and there's good rubber seals in there, so that'll hold it in. And see, here's where that marker light goes. This is why it needs to be straight in, not at a 90. As you can see, there's no way a 90 can fit in this well. It has to be straight in. And then, of course, the top turn blinker, it'll go straight in, no problems. So, here we go. Let's get started, shall we? Alright, so we'll start by connecting the plug to the lights. Apologize for it being dark yet again. Here we go. Let me set the camera down for him. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me just switch to where I show him connect. Well, no. I'll just set the camera down and I'll try to show you connecting them because it might be tricky. So we have our connection here, this one, and you'll see this one has a little tab on it, and we'll line these up with the rails on the top, like that, and it should just slide right in until it clicks, which it did, and it slid right in no problem. Alright, so I'll just set that aside. We'll get this one, put it in, or right around here. Okay, here's this one. Just blocking my own light here. So we'll sit there and get this one in the groove. Let's see if there's any size. Yep, there's a one larger notch. That's the larger one. The other two are a little smaller. See? And you'll need to put the larger one in the larger slot on the top here. So it's pretty hard to see, but it's the one on the left there. So just slide this in. Boom. Lock right in place. Okay. And then that side marker, wherever it is. Here it is. Put that in there. This one also too has that same problem. There is a, you see it there, the one on the bottom is larger than the other 3, so you'll need to line those tabs up, same as this. See, there's the larger one there, and the other 3 are smaller. And I'm going to set the camera down for this because you will need a pair of pliers to help you out with this, unless you're just extremely strong fingers. But I couldn't get it in when I was trying to do it in the house, so I'm going to use a pair of pliers to put that in and twist lock it in place, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so at this point I got all 3 sockets in. It's ready to go, or at least for testing. I'm going to wait until I test it first because a couple of people said online that sometimes the adapters the wires can be switched and your high beams will be low and low will be high. So I'm going to test and make sure all 3 plugs are working, all the bulbs are working, and then I'm going to conclude the video from there, because obviously the install is reverse of the removal, and the other side of the headlights will be the exact same. There will be no difference, and I'll follow up with a few more tidbits from there, and hopefully this will be very helpful for you guys. Alright, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start this, turn this light on. I'm going to go to parking lights. We're going to test the parking lights real quick. And they're good. The blinker light is on, and the side marker light's working good, which looks really nice. I really like these already. Alright, and then we're going to turn the lights on and see how that looks. And here's our lights. Wow, that is impressive. Alright, here we go. High beams. Yep, that's high beams. So low beam and high beams are working, so that light is wired right. So let's see what it looks like with low beams on. Wow, that's bright. That's very intense. Alrighty. And then we'll check it again, see what it looks like with high beams on. Wow. It's so bright the camera's self-adjusting. That's very, very, very bright. That's 6,000 K, all right. 160 watt output, but that is very bright. So there's your old light there, and then there's the new, vastly improved headlight on the left. So as you can see, that's a major, major, major difference, and it's completely worth it. Not to mention they just look amazing. It'll make your XL look like an XLT in a heartbeat. Well, just switching the rims too, which is my next project. But for now, the headlights are definitely a good start, because those sealed head beams are mighty dim, and I was not happy with them at all. So anyway, that concludes the install and all the wiring and the components that you'll need. Some things to note. It cost me a little bit, but it was reasonable. The headlights costed me about $100 on eBay, and I decided to go with the black ones because I figured it'd match the grill, and I think they look a little bit better. I don't really like too flashy, so I went with the black instead of the chrome. So it was $100 for those, $60 for the bulbs off of Amazon, and then $10 each for the sockets, or for the straight end sockets for the markers. And then it was, how much was it for those adapters? It was about another, I think it was another $20 for the adapter kit, and I got that from Amazon as well. So between eBay and Amazon, I got the whole kit and caboodle for roughly $200, give or take a little bit. And it took about a week worth of shipping. And the headlights were the slowest to ship because they came from California naturally, and I live in Florida, so the anticipation was killing me all week, because I got everything in, the plugs, the bulbs, everything, but except the headlights. So, again, here I am out in the middle of the night. We're doing this. So anyway, stop rambling. So anyway, hopefully this will work for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you like the way they look, because I sure do, and hope that that this conversion works for anyone else, and I hope the video is helpful for you. Thanks for watching, guys. And here they are, all finished, both sides. Very nice looking. Love them. They're very, very bright. And just a couple of quick notes to add on to the video before I get off is that the clips that go in, they're pretty difficult. You have to kind of squeeze both of them to get them in. And I recommend, once you push them in, bending them outwards. That way they hold in place and don't pop back out on you, because I had a heck of a time keeping them in there. So I realized that if I bent those clips in or outwards, that they stayed in. But other than that, they are very bright. And I'll do one quick one with them shining down the road with low beams and high beams. So here's the low beams. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but they are very bright. It's just that it's so dark that you can't really see too well. My camera's not that great. And then here is the high beams. They go all the way down to the end of this road, just about. So, hello. Hi. Well, anyway, thanks for watching.